What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Exploring Investments with Justin. What I'm going to be doing in today's video is covering my entire stock portfolio and how it performed for the month of May. And as always, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button because it really does help out the new YouTube channel. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right into how I did in May. So over the last month, you can see that I'm currently up almost $3,000, which comes out to about 18% in the month of May. So it was definitely a pretty good month for the portfolio. And if we look at the past 3 months, I'm actually up almost $1,800 from the highs we hit right before the market started crashing, which is crazy to see how quickly the market has bounced back. And in my portfolio specifically, how I've already recovered those losses and some. And in terms of my all-time portfolio, I'm up over $5,000, which comes out to just over 40%. So if we look at my overall portfolio, you can see I'm holding about 16% of my portfolio in cash right now, just because I do feel the market is trading at a pretty rich valuation. Now, looking at the stocks in my portfolio, I am currently positive on 8 out of my 10 positions, with my 2 down positions being near break even, with Win only being down 2% and Revolve being down less than 1%. Now, I would say a lot of these gains over the last month came from my 2 top performing positions in Revolve Group, ticker symbol RVLV, and Uber. So starting with Revolve, their stock shot up over 30% in May. And this is great because at one point I was down almost 50%, or just about $700 on this position. So it's definitely nice to only be down less than 1% on this one. Now, Uber is another one that went on fire in May, going up 28%, which now brings my total return to just over 35%, or almost $650. And these were 2 companies I bought heavy back in March, so I'm definitely happy I was deploying cash during the free fall the market was in. Now, some other notable positions that were up big in May are Skyworks Solutions, ticker symbol SWKS, which went up 17%, and Tesla, which also went up 16%. Now, I did make several moves during May, which I feel were much needed. So the first thing I did was sell my entire position in JP Morgan Chase, and I used that cash to buy about $400 of Boeing stock, and I do have a video going more in depth on this move, which I will link above. Now, JP Morgan is without a doubt the best bank stock to own. Now, I do also feel there will be a wave of loan defaults from businesses and consumers that will sweep across the bank industry as we try to pull ourselves out of this economic recession. So the reason I bought Boeing is because I feel right now Boeing is trading at an incredibly cheap valuation when compared to their average over the last 3 years, where it was usually trading at around $300 or higher. Now, I don't think it will get back to those levels anytime soon, so this is definitely more of a long-term play, where I'll probably be holding this one for the next 3 to 5 years, or until I find another stock that has more potential upside. And if Boeing were to drop even lower, this is definitely one that I will be adding a lot more to my position. Now, the second move I made was reducing my risk exposure in some of my more speculative positions. One lesson I learned from the recent crash is to not dump too much money into positions just to lower your cost basis. You want to make sure you know what your max investment is in companies and limit your risk based off that. So this brings me to Carnival Cruise Line, Wynn Resorts, and Revolve Group, which were 3 companies hit hard by the global shutdown that I was also buying heavy back in March as they were dropping. Now, after reviewing my portfolio, I realized my investments in them were more than I wanted to risk, and so I waited for them to rise back up until I was at about a break-even price before I sold some. So in the end, I sold off about $320 of Carnival Cruise Line, thus reducing my total investment from about $1,800 to $1,500. For Wynn Resorts, I sold about $400, which brought my equity from almost $2,500 down to just under $2,000, and for Revolve Group, I sold about $370, which brought my investment down to about $1,800 from $2,100. Now, I still do have big positions in each of these companies, but now I have more cash on hand so that if we do see a dip in the market, or if I find another stock trading at a fair valuation, I have money to deploy into those positions. So moving forward, I don't see myself buying too many stocks in the month of June, just given how high the market has been going over the last couple weeks. Now, the companies I'd really like to build a bigger position in right now are Facebook and Microsoft, because I do feel this will add some stability to my portfolio and give me exposure to 2 of the tech giants that will continue to innovate and grow moving into the future. The only problem is that they've risen so much since I initially started my positions that I'd like to see them have some kind of pullback before I add more to this position. So I hope you guys enjoyed looking at my overall portfolio and some of the moves I made and why I made them for the month of May. And you know, the purpose of this channel is really just to show you guys out there that may be new to investing that it's okay to start with only $1,000 or maybe $2,000, or if you have only got $300 or $400 or even $100, it's better to start now than waiting until tomorrow. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.